Looking for simple ideas to manage your life and business? You're in the right place. Here you'll find realistic tips and ideas to tame your task list in easy ways. I'm your host, Amy Michaels. Let's get started together with today's episode of the Tame Your Task List podcast. Hi, friend. A while back, I did an episode about the power of three, and it's getting a little bit of chatter and attention, and I wanted to go a little bit deeper into the power of three concept because it is something that I use with my clients, and it is a wonderful way to set you up to be successful. That's what I want for you. I want you to be successful in life and in business, and using the power of three is just a simple way to get there faster. Just in case you haven't listened to the Power of Three episode, it basically boils down to our brain loves to have no more than three options. More than that, and we get overwhelmed or we can get tangled in too many things at once. And the power of three just gives our brain that filter to let the other things kind of fade into the background and be this laser-focused machine that it was created to be. It is amazing how many cool applications there are for the power of three. You can use the power of three to select the top 3 important tasks on your task list each day that you want to be laser focused. You do those 3 things and then you get to decide, do you pick 3 more today or are you done and then you focus on 3 more things tomorrow? It's simple, but it's so effective because it lets our brain zero in on what is most important to us, what we're motivated to do, what we know will relieve some stress or will give us peace of mind or it'll let us feel that satisfaction that we actually made progress on something that we wanted to do. Speaking of progress, I use the power of 3 in my project list. We've talked about keeping our task list separate from our project list because they require different mental energy and different amounts of time to complete. However, having more than 3 projects at a time is a perfect recipe for having unfinished projects that are too numerous to even list. I've been there. It is not a fun place to be because then you feel guilty that you've wasted time and money and you have all this unfinished stuff looming over you. And then you've got to find motivation to try to get them finished. Not with the power of 3. With the power of 3, you choose 3 projects that you want to focus on. As you finish one, you can add another one in its place. It's so simple. I even use the power of 3 in my homeschooling with my kids. We have our 3 priority subjects, our 3 secondary subjects, and our last 3 subjects that we kind of loop through because we want to get them done, but they're not a top priority. I even use the power of 3 in how I schedule my business tasks because I know that 3 days a week are a realistic approach to me getting business tasks done. And the other 2 days are going to be left up to things that are unplanned, unexpected, or I can use those extra days to work ahead on next week's task or to just have a breather if it's one of those days where you are drinking coffee and eating chocolate before 7 a.m. I feel ya, I have been there. No judgment from me. I think the key to using the power of 3 is that it is simple, it is realistic, and it is enough for us to manage where we feel productive and we feel good about making the progress without burning ourselves out and giving up sleep and pushing too hard. And it helps us to ask ourselves the key questions about what is the most important thing for me to focus my time, energy, money on right now. It's so simple, but that's why it works. When things are too complicated, we can overthink and we can overcomplicate, and then we get confused about what we were doing. Simple works. It may not be the most glamorous thing, but it works. And if you started this now, I want you to think about what your life would look like in 3 months. Because if you use the power of 3 to get 3 things done off your task list 3 days a week, this is why my task list has very few items on it, because this works. And 4 days a week, I don't have anything to focus on. It's my buffer time to deal with things as they pop up. It has reduced my stress level immensely. I have more time to do the things I want. I have more time to play with my kids. And most importantly, I'm enjoying my life. And I want that for you too. If any of this sounds good, if any of this sounds like something that you want, I invite you to come and check out our Power of 3 Masterclass. It is a simple, realistic time management plan for busy people. It's not complicated, it's not fancy, but it works. And I would absolutely love for you to join us. If you have a friend who's overwhelmed and busy, would you please share this with her? I would take it as a personal compliment if you would. It is my mission to help the busy, overwhelmed women of the world to find a simple, realistic time management plan that works for their life. It feels good to not be overwhelmed. It feels good to have less on my plate. It feels good to know I am choosing how to spend my time, energy, and money on what matters most to me to build the quality of life that I want for me and my family. And I want that for you too. Now it's time for our accountability action step. I want to know a simple answer to a simple question. What area of your life do you think would benefit the most from using the power of 3? And as I've said before, if you need an accountability partner, share this with a friend and invite them to be your accountability buddy. If you can't find a friend, be sure and leave a comment below asking for an accountability buddy. Or if you want to work with me one-on-one, I do have a few openings left for private coaching throughout the year, and I would love to connect to see if we're a good fit. The power of 3 is a game changer. It's simple, it works, it will help you make progress to where you want to be. I have so enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Until next time, I'm cheering you on. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Tame Your Taskless podcast. We'd love to encourage you even more to focus your time and energy on what matters most to you in life and business. Connect with us over at tameyourtaskless.com for insights we only share with our email subscribers. We'll see you there.